What's up, guys? This is Tony Harpel from the Bet Slip with Tony Parlays on the Cheap Seats Network. I'm here to actually talk to you about the Cheap Seats Network. This is your one-stop shop for all the listening needs that you have throughout the week. We have different genres of shows being released from Sunday all the way till Thursday right now. And within the next coming months, we're going to have some new shows to where we have a pretty packed schedule of new episodes from new shows Sunday all the way until Saturday. Like I said, this is your one-stop shop. We have a bunch of different shows right now, starting on Sunday every week being released. Chase Shot First. He is your film, cinema, movie expert. If there's a movie you want to watch, Chase is talking about it. You'll get a new episode every Sunday, Chase Shot First. And if that's not what you like and you want to talk more about relationships and life, Tuesday, Good Human with Abby Wellner. That is your one-stop shop for all of that good stuff. Recently, she was talking about mental health, some pretty deep issues. So if that's your type, Tuesday's Good Human with Abby Wellner. Moving on to Wednesday, we have Nobody's Home. Chase and Evan talk a lot about wrestling, WWE. I wish Shawn Michaels was still a thing, so hopefully they talk about that, the good ones, the Attitude Era. But any wrestling advice you need, any sort of wrestling nuggets, Wednesday, Nobody's Home. And then we go to Thursday, the Bet Slip with Tony Parlays. I'm going to give you all the good lines, all the good bets for NFL, and then hopefully heading into the NHL and NBA season, a bunch of fun bets to place. Those are your shows so far on the Cheap Seats Network. If you're ever looking for somewhere to go, there's plenty of room at the Cheap Seats. Let's head to the show. What's up, guys? It's Tony Parlays. We're back at it again at the Bet Slip. Episode number 1 last week, a little intro episode. Teased you with a little big payday parlay. We'll talk about that later in the show. F.U. Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be a common theme throughout this whole episode. But this is episode 1. This is what we've all been waiting for. The Bet Slip. I got a bunch of fun things coming up in this episode. We're going to talk about week 1. How freaking crazy is to have NFL back in action. A full slate of games. Absolute madness. And then to end it off with the Monday night thriller in Las Vegas. What a crazy week. We're going to talk Steelers. Big win. We'll get into that more a little bit later. And then obviously to close things off, we got the big payday parlay. Little teaser. It lost last week. We're 0-1, but we're going to keep going. $10 every time. That'll be at the end of the show. But let's get right back into it. Week 1, NFL craziness. That was the week of the underdogs. One thing that week 1 has told me, Vegas did not know shit going into week 1 of the NFL season. Little facts behind week 1. The underdogs were 11-4 against the spread, 9-6 outright, and 5 out of those 9 wins were underdogs on the road. So craziness happened over the weekend. Obviously, some big underdogs showing up, man. Just showing up. I love a good dog. What I talked about last episode, juicy odds is what I like. And that's what we had this weekend. The juicy odds were hitting. The plus odds were hitting. Shout out underdogs. The Steelers were underdogs and never let that happen. So they have big week in Vegas if you bet on the underdogs. And number 2 takeaway out of the NFL this week, the Vikings are dead. The Vikings are absolutely dead in the water. I'm never betting on them again this season. That was a horrible performance. And in my opinion, that was the worst loss of the weekend out of any team that lost to an underdog. The Vikings losing to the Bengals, even though it was in Cincinnati, the Bengals are still a team that just aren't there. They have a lot of promise with Joe Burrow. However, the Vikings are a team that needs to win now, and they're not winning now. Kirk Cousins, what the hell is going on, man? I thought you were going to help the Vikings out. Their defense didn't look good. It was just total disaster. So Vikings, do not bet on them the rest of the season. They are dead. And then another takeaway, let's talk about my record. What did I do this week? So I actually bet on every single game this week because DraftKings had a great promo, 20% on 20% boost on every single NFL game on Sunday. This is not a sponsored DraftKings show. This is just me telling you that was a great promo. So that's why I bet on every game this week. Some of my records on the boost and promos that DraftKings did have, I was 4-3. Parlays, I know I'm Tony Parlays, but I went a big 0-5 in parlays. I'm very, very, very sorry about that. In singles bets, I was 8-9. So overall, 12-17. Definitely took, I would say, a couple unit loss on week one, but I knew that was coming. Like I said, Vegas didn't know shit. We didn't know anything going on into this week. It was kind of just like go with what you know from last year and hope for the best. But all of my bets were plus odd bets because of these boosts. So that 12-17 record wasn't too horrible, especially with 5 of those losses coming from parlays that I was just trying to win big money on. So if you look at it without those parlays, 12-12, I don't know. Not a bad week. That's what I'm pretty much saying. So hopefully you guys had a good week as well. But we'll keep on moving on. We got the fantasy football action. Hopefully everyone had a great week of wins. I went 1-1 in my 2 fantasy leagues, and it was pretty mediocre of a week, I would say, scoring wise, offensively. The top 5 scorers this week overall, every position, Kyler Murray at number 1 with 34.6 points. Had a huge game against Tennessee. Tennessee, what the hell? You spent so much freaking money and you guys look very, very bad. I have a few Tennessee Titans fans. You know who you are. Shout out, Mark. It's not looking good this season, man. It's just not looking good. But moving down, number 2, Pat Mahomes had 33.3 points this week. He had a great game against the Browns, a great second half, I guess I would say, because they weren't looking too good in the first half. We'll talk about that more later. Pat Mahomes in the bunch, but he was number 2 overall. Number 3 was Amari Cooper on Thursday night with 32.4 points. That's going to be an interesting thing all year. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, both are number 1 wide receivers playing on the same team. So it's going to be interesting to see where the volume goes, if it's going to be split right down in the middle, or if Amari Cooper is going to take more targets than CeeDee Lamb. So that's going to be something interesting to watch, but he was number 3 overall this week. Tyreek Hill at number 4, 31.6 points. Pat Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, they are just absolutely crazy together. I don't understand how Tyreek Hill can just make big, large, grown men just leave them in the dust. Even with how small he is and everything, he's just a very, very quick and great athlete. So they're a very scary bunch, to say the least. And then number 5, a surprising number 5 overall in fantasy was Jared Goff with 29.9 points. The Lions had a crazy comeback. Almost came back against the San Francisco 49ers. And your boy had Jared Goff's passing yards over. So easy money. So yeah, that's your top 5 overall fantasy of week 1. Some names to look out on the waiver wire. Elijah Mitchell, he will be the pickup of the week. 9% of the leagues actually have them on their roster, so he's available in a ton of leagues. And the big reason Mostert is out for the season. So now he is the new number 1, Elijah Mitchell. It was kind of interesting to see that Trey Sermon, their new rookie running back from Ohio State, he was a healthy scratch in week 1. Very interesting to see. I know a lot of people drafted him over this Elijah Mitchell, but Elijah Mitchell is the new number 1 in week 1 after Mostert got hurt. He had 19 carries, 104 yards, and 1 touchdown. So Elijah Mitchell will be probably the first waiver claim of heading into week 2. If you have a free agent budget, he's going to cost you. And then number 2 I had for another pickup is Tim Patrick. He's available in 98% of the leagues. He's only on 2% of teams on ESPN. And This is all because Jerry Jeudy is out 6 to 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Kind of sucks for my fantasy team. Jerry Jeudy going on the IR. However, Tim Patrick's, I definitely think is going to benefit with this. And he has Teddy Bridgewater throwing. So expect some targets to Tim Patrick. Those are your fantasy football nuggets. I know we're not going too much into it. However, like I said, too many of the league listening, I don't want them to know my genius. So yeah, hopefully you guys get Elijah Mitchell, and hopefully he doesn't get hurt just like Mostert. But let's head on to my favorite thing to talk about in this world, easily in this world, the Pittsburgh freaking Steelers. This is the Across the Bridge segment. Do you guys like it? Across the Bridge. I'm in the West End. You go across the bridge right into the Heinz Field. This is your Pittsburgh Steelers segment. And I mean, how do we start? 1-0. That's how we freaking start. On the road in Buffalo, the scary Buffalo Bills. We're in Buffalo. People are jumping through tables, stepping on terrible towels. What do? We go in there. We mean business, even though we got Juju doing a little couple dances. We still mean business. We got the win. And if you didn't go Steelers plus 6.5, like I told you so last week, like I told everyone that I know last week, that is, I mean, if anyone asked me, what bet are you placing this week? Steelers plus 6.5. Easily. You don't give Ben a freaking touchdown. A Hall of Fame quarterback, a touchdown to work with. So if you didn't go for that, you're a joke. You shouldn't be gambling. You're a joke. Steelers plus 6.5 was the easiest bet of last week, 100%. So hopefully you guys won some money on that. I know I did. And then obviously the Steelers money line at like plus 240, 250. That was beautiful too. So that hit. That was nice. Offense in the first half looked looked decent in the second half. Okay. They had some sparks. Chase Claypool with an insane grab. That was something we wanted to see out of Martavis Bryant. And we finally get it out of Chase Claypool. It's nice to see Ben just throw it up and someone bring it back down. Ben, looked rusty in the beginning of the game for sure. He's definitely has to make some pains after getting hit a few times. However, I think he's going to be okay. He's played in this league 18 years. He's got this. Just give him a couple games. The defense, best in the NFL, at least in week 1, if not like best overall in the NFL defense. Our secondary definitely is still a little shaky. However, the defense looked great. They're the reason we won. Special teams with the block punt for the touchdown at the end there. But yeah, defense, TJ Watt signed a freaking contract, and then what does he do? Strip sack, fumble recovery. We get some points out of it. So he's definitely worth every single penny. I'm getting a TJ Watt jersey just now because he's there for 4 years. So now I feel I can wear the jersey out at least for 4 years. But yeah, defense, they're going to be fun to watch all year long. Steel curtains back. And then, next week we got the Oakland Raiders. The Vegas Raiders. They were crazy on Monday. That was wild. Raiders versus Ravens. I just can't believe what happened in that game. I had a same game parlay, 5-pick, go for 4 for 5, missed the Ruggs touchdown. Henry Ruggs. I don't know why I threw that in there. It made the odds juicy. I would have won. It was like a plus 2,800 bet. So I was 4 out of 5 on that. But still, backtracking. The Raiders. The Raiders look pretty good. They look decent on offense. Derek Carr throwing to Waller. Josh Jacobs, even hurt, looked pretty good. They looked okay on defense as well. They have Crosby running around there. I'm not going to even try to pronounce number 91's last name. It is like Ngakwe. I just tried. That was stupid. But number 91, he's also a very good player on the Raiders defense. But you know what? I'm not sold. John Gruden, 10 years, $100 million, 3 seasons in now. They do not look that good. They're coming to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, across the bridge at the North Shore, and they are going to step in a house that hasn't had 100% capacity in it since December 15th, 2019 against the Buffalo Bills, and the Bills beat us 17-10, and our starting quarterback was Devlin Hodges. Duck Dynasty, Devlin Hodges was our starter the last time the Steelers' Heinz Field was filled with a bunch of yinzers at 100%. You're telling me the Raiders are going to come in and win this next game? no chance, everyone. Pick this week, obviously, Steelers spread. Just got to go. Money line, they're obviously favorites. They're heavy favorites. But, make the odds a little bit better. We're going to go with the spread. They opened up at -6.5, which was crazy. You're, underdog from a touchdown all the way to a favorite over a touchdown. I don't know. That was kind of crazy to me to see such a big jump from week 1 to week 2. And then they're actually moving down. It's going from -6.5. That's what it opened at. It's currently at -5. Hammer. If I had a hammer. Hammer, hammer, hammer. Steelers -5 is the move. If it keeps moving down, keep hammering it as it moves down. It started at 6.5. Like I said, it's now at 5. If it goes down to a field goal, put a lot of money on that. The Steelers are not losing this game. I know the Steelers play to their competition. I get that. It's not happening. It's not happening this game. This is the first time some of these players on the Steelers sidelines have even seen a full Heinz Field ever. Eric Ebron tweeted about that. This is going to be crazy. Even though it's at 1 o'clock, Yinzers are going to be going wild for their boys. If they run the offense out there and have number 7, the last person announced, they're not losing this game. Steelers -5. I look forward to week 2. And I actually look forward to talking to you next week when we're 2-0 and saying how big of a joke you are that you didn't take Steelers -5 because I was right yet again. That's the move. Steelers -5. Don't forget it. Now, that was a bunch of Yinzer talk. If you're not a Steelers fan, I do apologize. I am a Steelers fan. I do give biased Yinzer takes. Like I said, though, I'm a reasonable Yinzer. That last take about Steelers -5, I do believe that they're going to cover that, and that's just not the Yinzer in me. That is a gambling Yinzer. So I'm a reasonable Yinzer, but you're going to hear Steeler takes. Sorry about that if you aren't a Steeler fan. But now to the big event, the big payday parlay. So we went 0-1 last week. It was looking freaking good at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, the Chargers had just won. Pittsburgh had just upset. I had them +6.5 in the parlay, and they had won. It was easy. We were smooth sailing. I was sitting back like this. Aaron Rodgers, come on to the field. Let's show Mr. Eat the W man how to eat a W. And Aaron Rodgers went out there and he took a freaking poop on the field, man. Him and that team, the Green Bay Packers, a poop on the field. They did not do their job. All they had to do was win by a field goal, and we would have been cool. That's all they had to do. I had you at 2.5. I teased you down to 2.5. No. They lost by 35. They didn't even score a freaking touchdown. Not one single player on the Green Bay Packers team had over 10 fantasy points. That's how bad of a game. Mr. Eat the W ate the freaking W. And Jameis Winston and the boys embarrassed the Green Bay Packers. It was a home game for the Saints in freaking Jacksonville. So the place was barely even filled. And they embarrassed the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, after the game, pretty much given the relaxed statement again. Does he not know that some of us gamble on these early games? There's no relaxing. Week 1 is just like playoffs to me, especially when I have you in my big payday parlay. So 0-1, it was looking good. I thought the show was going to go off to a great start, 1-0. But you know what? Whatever. That's how it was meant to be. I'm starting out, defeated. 0. I have a big goose egg, but this is going to change week 2. We're going 1-1. I promise you, the odds aren't as juicy as week 1. So maybe that, it's more bound to happen. This one's more bound to happen. I have some for sure fire bets for you. Let's get into this. And I have a nice, cool little graphic that we're going to pop right up here with all the picks so you guys can read along as I'm giving you these picks. You don't have to remember or pause it while you're listening to this to lock these in. So here we go, the big payday parlay for week 1. Let's get into it. Pick 1, Cowboys, Chargers, over 52.5. Now, I like this game because The Cowboys looked very good on offense against a very good defense in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think they are going to score a lot of points this year. Dak Prescott looked very good. And like I said earlier in the show, CD and Amari, it's going to be hard to see or hard to choose who to throw to because they're both extremely good. And they obviously have Zeke, who they barely even used against Tampa in the backfield. I like them offensively. They are going to score points. And then on the other side of the ball, the Los Angeles Chargers, I know I brought them into the parlay last week. They did me good. After what I saw last week, I love them offensively. Justin Herbert looks great. Shout out Caleb Malone again. If you haven't seen that YouTube video, please watch Caleb cry when he was like 10 years old to when they lost to the Raiders. Back to this. The Chargers offensively looked very, very good. I have Keenan Allen on a fantasy team. He is very exciting to watch as well. Justin Herbert loves him, and he has many options. And I think this is just going to be a free-for-all. Back, forth, touchdown, 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 touchdown. Don't get a touchdown, field goal. We're just going to keep on scoring points the whole freaking game. 52.5. This line is moving, though, people. Depending how early you're listening this is being recorded right now, Tuesday night. It is 52.5 right now. I'm sorry. It was opened at 52.5. Currently, right now, it's 55.5. So it's already jumped up 3, and this is Tuesday. So if you're listening to this on Thursday, it probably went up from 55.5. However, you should tease this down. This is 452.5 at the opening line. If you get it a little bit above, do not come at me or do not hit me up because of that. It's not my fault. I said 52.5. So this is the over 52.5 in the Cowboys and the Chargers. Add that one to the freaking board right there. Nice. All right. And now we're going to number 2. Number 2, Chiefs -3 versus the Baltimore Ravens. Why? Why am I going the Chiefs? Why do you think they're going to beat the Ravens by 3 points? Well, I'll tell you why. Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes only favored by a field goal. I will hammer that every single time, I swear. I swear. Every single time. If you only give Patrick Mahomes 3 points that he has to win by, I will hammer that every time because he's going to figure that out. They were down by the Browns by like 17 last week. What happened? They still won. I hope you guys live bet them when they were underdogs because you don't see the Chiefs as underdogs. Your boy did. But yes, Chiefs -3 versus Baltimore. Baltimore did not look impressive, even though that was a fun game to watch on Monday night. They did not look that impressive. Lamar is not the real deal. I don't care what anyone says. He is just a good quarterback that is with a very average offense. They don't look too solid. Their defense looks pretty good, though. Marlon Humphreys is all over the field. Patrick Queen was pretty cool to watch. However, not that good of a team, not going to be able to take down Pat Mahomes and the offense that he has. So Chiefs -3 is opened at -2.5. It's currently at -3.5 as of Tuesday night, but I'm marking them down to -3. So we have Cowboys Chargers, put that up there. And then we have the Chiefs -3 over the Ravens, put that up there. And for the third and final pick, I like this one. The Rams money line versus the Indianapolis Colts. This one's pretty simple, guys. I watched last week Matt Stafford just carving up that defense he was facing. Matt Stafford was unbelievable to watch in an LA Rams uniform. We all kind of had that idea. We all thought Sean McVay and Matt Stafford could be dangerous. They are. That offense looks absolutely dynamic with Robert Woods wearing the number 2 now. Cooper Kupp. They have a bunch of different weapons. Deshaun Jackson's on that freaking team. I really, really like the Rams this year. So any futures that you have for them winning their division, I take it right now because they look extremely good. That offense is firing on all cylinders already week 1, and they have a really good defense. And, they have Aaron Donald as well, too. Oh, and Jalen Ramsey. Like, just unreal players on that team. They're facing the Colts, who the Colts are just, like, to me, that's what they are to me. They're, I mean, I don't know how. Like, Carson Wentz, do something, buddy. They got to prove something. The Colts, they're a good team. They're going to come out with some, random wins. It could very well happen in this one. However, I really think the Rams are going to give it to them. So if we put all of these 3 together. So we got the Cowboys, Chargers over, Chiefs -3, and the Rams money line. Put all of them together. That is plus 314, plus 314. That's what I got it at as of Tuesday night. A $10 bet, which is what I put on it every single week. That's all I'm asking. Ride with me for $10. If you want to put more, put more. If you want to put less, like, come on, just put 10. It makes it fun. So ride with me. $10 pays out $41.48. That is a $31.48 profit. That's what we're all about over here. Profit, profit, profit. If you place this bet, please tweet it to me, text it to me. My Twitter is at Tony Harpel. Send it to me on Instagram. Whatever you want to do, send me a screenshot of your bet that you're riding with me. I'll retweet it, do whatever you want with it. I just like to know who is actually riding with me. I had a couple people send it to me last week, and it was pretty awesome. We were riding together. I was texting them throughout the whole time. So definitely let me know if you do ride this pick. That is your big payday parlay. Cowboys, Chargers over 52.5, Chiefs -3, Rams money line versus the Colts. And let's hope for a winner this time. I mean, I was so close last time, and I just deserve it, man. I deserve for this to hit. I deserve to win money for you guys. Like, I deserve that. The gambling gods owe me. That's all I got for you guys today. And I hope you had fun, because I had a lot of fun just blabbering off a bunch of sports. But that's the big payday parlay. If you didn't watch the whole entire show or listen to the whole show, the Steelers are going to win by 5. Mark it down in your calendars. Sunday at 1 p.m. That place across the bridge is going to go crazy. And this is kind of how the bet slip is going to go. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys like the format. I love ideas. I love new things. I would love to try different things out. Whatever makes it easier for you guys to listen to, I'm all about it. So please reach out to me. Let me know how to make this thing better. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, if I am doing anything wrong. If you have any cool bets, any ideas, send them my way at Tony Harpel, or I'm not going to throw my number on here. Text me if you know me. But that's it. This was the Bet Slip with Tony Parlays on the Cheap Seats Network. And we will talk to you next week, next Thursday. Let's win some freaking money, baby. Peace.